Sheesh. It's only like 8 a.m. and already 85 degrees. This has been that Southern California weather, man. Can't escape it either. This whole week, 95 plus degrees. The whole week. Today, 100 plus. Crazy. Anyways, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Bizman Cam, and I'm back with yet another video. We are headed to my first detail. Anyways, I only have two today, but we're headed to the first one, which is maintenance on a Model 3. As you guys see from the title, I'm gonna go ahead and just give you guys a few little tips and some stuff that I learned over the years to make details in the direct sunlight and in the heat like this at least a little bit more bearable. So definitely stick all the way through the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you guys haven't already. Thank you guys so much for your guys' killer support. Gotta hop in the vehicle, stop, get some water from the detail shop real quick, which is a huge point I'm gonna make in this video, and then head over to the detail. So one of the bigger things when it's this hot and it's about to be 100 plus degrees is hydration. Obviously you want to make sure you bring enough water. I have like 2 or 3 little quarts or whatever of water that I usually carry throughout the day, depending on how long I'll be out. If I'm gonna be out the whole day, I make sure to bring a gallon or 2, and then make sure you get a good breakfast in the morning. Now, I'm not really much of a morning eater, but I try to at least get a little bit of breakfast in, some peanut butter toast and a banana, or some waffles and a little bit of bacon, something to at least get you a little bit filled up, because while you're in the sun, you drain energy real quick and you lose calories real quick. So you want to make sure that your body's replenished, because your body's your machine. And then probably the biggest hack where I'm at right now and what I'm doing right now is filling up my water tank at a detail shop. So if you guys aren't familiar with deionized water, I personally don't have a DI system or can't really fit a DI system in here. So what I do is I looked up my local detail shops around here, see which ones carried deionized water. Every morning I come by before I go to my details for the day, and I fill up my water tank with the deionized water, which is a huge help in the direct sunlight and in the heat, because if you don't have DI water, if you have like hard water, then you're gonna have a lot of trouble drying and stuff. But quick tip, if you do have hard water, I heard that rinseless, adding a little bit of rinseless wash into your foam cannon or just onto the paint of the car kind of helps soften the water so that it won't dry as much, and it kind of helps, reduce the minerals or whatever. It basically makes it so it's sort of like DI water. Those are kind of a few little things that I do beforehand and that help with the heat. All right, we are at the location, first location of the day, but pretty much the only one of this video. So this is a Tesla Model 3. It's usually a maintenance that I do about once a month. Let me turn off the music before I get copyrighted. But yeah, so the condition is never usually very bad at all. It's usually just some stuff to vacuum up and wipe down. But with weather like this and black paint like this, it could be an issue. So very first thing I always do on days where I know it's gonna be extremely hot, and you should just do this anyways, is to prep ahead of time. So pretty much I got everything that I'll need for the whole detail already out. Got my LVP cleaner, which is just an interior cleaner, got that out. Got the towels for the interior just to wipe everything down. I have my towels for drying after I go ahead and wash it. And then I already have my foam cannon ready and filled up, and my sealant ready and filled up. And then pretty much the last thing I always do is I pre-put the towels that I will use for the wash already on the vehicle, so that right when I go ahead and start the wash, I can already have everything ready. As far as the washing for the interior and the wipe down for the exterior, so I'm not stopping or having to waste any extra, movements or anything, stopping while it just gets more warm and more warm. So this is probably the number one thing, is just getting everything set up beforehand. So I always usually start with the vacuum when I'm doing express details or maintenance details. I always start with the vacuum and then spraying everything out. Basically all my express details include is for the interior at least, is a light vacuum and then a wipe down of the plastics. And then usually on seats like this, these are white seats, I will just kind of go ahead and wipe any little black smudges or anything off. It just kind of completes the look. Did the vacuum as you guys saw, and now I'm kind of just hitting the wipe down real quick before it gets too hot. I always start with the interior first and then kind of move to the exterior. Well, on hot days, sometimes I'll go ahead and switch it, but most of the time I do it like this just because the exterior usually gets pretty dirty by the time you're done. So I never end up wanting to do that. So I just finished up with the interior. Usually try to finish the interior within like 30 minutes or so. So now that that's done, since I already have everything for the exterior wash ready, all I gotta do is pull the hose out, plug a few things in. We're pretty much already ready for the wash. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. So I got the towels prepped, and the first thing I usually like to do on days like this where it's really, really hot, a lot of the times I don't actually do this, but I like to start on the wheels and tires first. I hit them real quick. That way, at the very end, there's no extra sling or anything. All I have to do is rinse it off while I'm doing the wash. So I always like to start with the wheels and tires first. So black paint itself is obviously especially hard. It's a little bit harder than any other normal paint. The paint itself gets really, really hot quickly. One suggestion I've heard before is to keep ice in your wash bucket, and that way you can keep the vehicle cold as you dip in and out. That might be something. I'm not sure though, when I heard that, if the temperature change would mess up the paint's vehicle from being so hot to then changing to so cold if you have ice. So I'm not sure if I'd recommend that. But one thing I can say is to try to always keep the vehicle wet. That way, everything doesn't dry as quickly. So I don't know if you guys noticed the amount of towels that I have, but I have 3 here and then 3 in the back. Pretty much what this is for is so I don't have to do a two bucket wash method. I already have 3 towels or 6 towels ready pretty much for each panel. So do one panel, flip, do the next panel, new towel. All the towels are clean from the very beginning, and I already have them ready for each panel, so I'm not going back and forth. I clean the towel, put it away in the dirty where I put my dirty towels, and then it makes it a lot easier so I can just go around the whole vehicle without having to stop, especially when it's this hot. All right, so vehicle has been rinsed. This is where the prep is gonna come in handy. Another tip is to use your spray wax or sealant as a drying aid. So usually what I do is when it's rinsed down like this, I go ahead and use my piano speed maker now. Some of you guys may agree, some of you guys may disagree. This is just how I've been doing it, and it's been working. So that way the vehicle still has its protection, but also it kind of helps dry the car, and you don't have to do it by itself after you're done. Because usually a lot of these types of sealants and waxes will streak up or dry really quickly and flash, and it's extremely hard to keep them wiped down and clean. So how to prevent that: spray it on while the car is still wet and rinsed, and then dry it off. And then for you people that have problem with windows, when you dry, I usually always like to dry all the windows first. That way there's no little spots or any streaks or anything left over on the windows. These are the first thing to always be dried. That way I have no issues with, the exterior windows or little spots or anything that I have to wipe down. The windows will already be done and already be dry by the time I go ahead and get to the paint. Once the vehicle is dry, door jambs, windows, and then wheels. Now, if you guys are like me, you've always struggled with windows, especially in the direct sunlight and when it's this hot. By the way, it's like 9:30 and I just checked the weather and it's already 93 degrees. It's supposed to top out at 100, 101 today, so I'm glad I'm getting these details done early. But like I said, if you guys are like me, you guys have had trouble with windows. What I usually like to do to combat that, a few little things you can use on the windows that I've tried before besides just glass cleaner. One, try to find an ammonia-free glass cleaner. Optimum no rinse, a rinseless wash cleaner I've used on windows. I've even used distilled water mixed with a little bit of alcohol. Even used APC before. What I found as the best combination, a little bit of Optimum no rinse, a little bit of ammonia-free glass cleaner just mixed in here, And then 2 towel method. 1 towel is for the original kind of spray on, and then the next one you have ready for the wipe. Basically, by doing it this way, it ensures that you have enough time when the window flashes to wipe everything down so you don't have any streaks. And the very last thing I do is putting on some tire shine. Don't really have anything special to this. All I really do is the tire shine at the end is apply it to my applicator, make sure the tire is completely dry, because if it mixes with the water on the vehicle, it won't stick, and apply. And then I kind of just keep a towel with me as well, just in case I get a little bit of the gel onto the tire itself. And that is the whole vehicle done. Got done. Obviously I don't have a canopy or anything. If you guys have a canopy, that's a huge recommendation. But got done quick enough. Got one more job before it gets too insanely hot. So that's kind of my process in heat like this and in the direct sunlight. So that's the vehicle done. Let me go ahead and show you guys what I got. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I wash a vehicle in the direct sunlight slash 100+ degree weather. So I just finished up that job. I got one more job today. Clay polish and seal, shouldn't be bad. That is about it. Just in case for any of you guys are curious, I made $60. That's how much that my maintenance is for sedans. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you guys took something from it. If you guys have any more suggestions or little tips for me on things that I could do to make it easier for me to detail in the sun, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. I really appreciate your guys' killer support recently. You guys have been super, super awesome to me, man. I couldn't thank you guys enough. And if you guys have any video ideas that you want to leave for me for another video, definitely leave it down in the comment section below. But that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace!